What's good? Brian Tong here, and welcome to the Apple Bits for everything good and bad inside the world of Apple. And I guess you could say things aren't looking as good for the iPhone event as we expected, because news broke from Jon Prosser in the final planning hours with what we'll see or won't see at the event now. Now, the iPhone 12 lineup is a safe bet. It's still being announced because, come on now, it's iPhone season. And without a doubt, there would be no keynote without iPhones. But according to Prosser, he's confirmed out of the 4 iPhone 12 models expected, the 2 6.1-inch models will arrive first this month, which was originally reported by Digitimes. So that's the iPhone 12 and the iPhone 12 Pro. They'll be available for pre-order on October the 16th after the event, and then will be available in stores and for shipping on October the 23rd. Now, the iPhone 12 mini and iPhone 12 Pro Max won't be a part of that launch and will arrive sometime in November. So you got that? Well, if you didn't, you can just go rewind and watch again. But here's the big what the f***. Prosser also reports now that the AirTags will not make an appearance next week, with their announcement and launch pushed out to sometime in March of 2021, and that's next year. It's really one of the most anticipated accessories that I've been looking forward to, and really just the perfect time to announce them would be with the iPhone 12 launch. But I guess they aren't ready unless, maybe they're trying to mess with us. So I wanted to entertain this idea with AirTags, and you got to stick with me on this, because I was thinking about how these location tracking tags and their accuracy is going to be unlike what we've seen so far, just down to the inches. And then you'll have the entire Apple ecosystem of users to find your lost items. But another idea, it popped into my head of why these are going to be so special. So let's say you lose an item and then a stranger finds it. Well, you don't always want to meet someone in person that you don't know for this exchange at like a neutral place. It could be kind of weird. So what could be a common place to retrieve lost items? And there are plenty of them around. The Apple stores. And how genius would it be to use Apple stores like a lost and found? So if someone finds your lost item with an AirTag on them, you could have the option to meet up. Maybe you might like each other, or maybe something can bud from this. Or you take it to an Apple store, or they take it to an Apple store, and then you can go there to retrieve it with your own code on your own phone and just make the process super easy. I'm guessing that if Apple's thought about this, they might limit what they accept to Apple items, maybe some cameras and keys at first. They got to see how many items come back, plus the manpower it takes to handle it before they expand it. But using the Apple stores as an AirTags lost and found on top of all of its other benefits would be just such a smart move that caters directly to its users in this ecosystem. Plus, the delay also means that more stores would likely be reopened by them as well. And I do not know if this is actually happening. This is pure speculation, but no one is talking about this. But if it's not, Apple should steal my idea. Okay, the cringe is real, but as diehard Apple fans would say with a great idea, just make it better, like they did with widgets. Now, no AirTags at this event, if true. That would be a big letdown, but then again, we thought we would see them a year ago, so hey, what's another 6 months or so? Now, HomePod Mini at the moment is still in play. Of course, that could change by the time you watch this video, but it's still in play. And here's just another treasure trove of drops by Prosser. We might as well say this episode was brought to you by Jon Prosser, because he was responsible for the first look at the leaked AirPods Studio, and now he says what we saw were the luxury versions of the AirPods Studio, and his sources say that they will retail for $599. Oh, that is some great pricing there, especially for the current economic times. I mean, I know you're Apple, but really, Apple? We know they're supposed to be noise canceling. I know that there are headphones that rest on your ears that do have noise canceling, but for me, they've just never been nearly as effective as ear cups that just cover your entire ear. There will also be a sport-like variant of the AirPods Studio, according to Prosser, made of cheaper materials for $350. Cheaper. But we will not see these at this October Apple event as well. So look, there's the latest reports about Apple's upcoming event, which right now looks to be about the iPhone 12 lineup and maybe HomePod Mini. They can always surprise us with one more thing, and even if that's all we see, look, it's still worth watching an Apple event, I think. No, of course it is. But let's go back to the iPhone 12, because we know it will be bringing a new A14 processor, but we have an idea of just how fast it actually is after a Geekbench benchmark was recently uploaded, and then the model number revealed it was an iPad Air 4 that is expected to be released sometime this month. Now, the iPad Air 4 is using an A14 chip, and its single-core score came in at 1583, and it had a multi-core score of 4198. Now, let's compare that to the A13 Bionic inside of the iPhone 11 Pro, and it easily outperforms it with both of its single-core and multi-core score performance. And it should. Now, for those of you who have iPad Pros 2020 owners who are curious about how it stacks up, the iPad Air 4 with the A14 chip had a higher single core score than the A12Z that has an extra GPU unlocked in the 2020 version. But the A12Z had a higher multi-core score compared to the new A14 chip found in the iPad Air 4 that will likely have similar performance with the new iPhone 12 lineup. And I should also remind you, Apple's chips, they are nowhere near being used to their full potential. Like, they have just so much overhead that we aren't even tapping to. Apple even reminded us of that at WWDC when they showed off a Final Cut Pro demo running 3 streams of full resolution 4K ProRes video, all from an A12Z processor. That is still bonkers to me, and I'm still waiting for Final Cut Pro on the iPad Pro to take advantage of that power. That would be nice. But when I say these things are beast, Apple Silicon and their A-series processors are absolutely beast. Someone like that. Okay, that's going to do it for this video. You know, I just wanted to get it in before Apple's high-speed event. Again, none of this is official, but knowing Jon's sources, this is what's going down, and if we get surprised, I'm going to take it. Now, Apple's keynote is happening on Tuesday, October the 13th, 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern, and you all should come back right here when it happens because I'll be doing my BTZ iPhone event live stream right here on my YouTube channel. We're going to start early at 8:30 a.m. Pacific time. I'll also be taking your live calls. I'll be bringing new PT with BT exercise challenges because you'll ask for them. Plus, TCL will be sponsoring my live stream, and that means you're going to have a chance to win a new 2020 6 Series TV when you watch. So come for the pre-show, the live stream, the post-show, the TV, and it's always just, you know, a great time when we get together. Plus, y'all are crazy in the chat room. All right, that's going to do it for this video. If you like what you see, give me that thumbs up, subs up, and hit that notification bell, ding, to get all my videos when they drop. Plus, you can check out my weekly AppleBits XL audio podcast where we would just dive in even deeper into the stories that matter with special guests. All my work's completely independent, and I'd appreciate your support at patreon.com/Brian Tong. So thanks so much for watching. Those are the latest updates until we get to the event. It is iPhone season. I'll see y'all then, all right? Take care and be safe. Peace and love.